The 2025 WNBA All-Star Game will be remembered for many things. Exciting rosters, fierce rivalries, and incredible talent. But one moment stood out among all the highlights. Caitlin Clark, one of the game's rising stars, made a decision live on national television that left everyone surprised. During the All-Star Draft, where captains pick their teammates for the big game, Caitlin Clark didn't just choose players. She also made a coach trade that no one saw coming. This wasn't just a small adjustment. It was a bold move with strong emotions behind it. Caitlin Clark, the Indiana Fever rookie and one of the most popular players in women's basketball, swapped Cheryl Reeve, the head coach of Team USA and the Minnesota Lynx for Sandy Brondello, head coach of the New York Liberty. Clark and her fellow All-Star captain Nafisa Collier joked and laughed about the trade, but fans quickly realized this was more than just fun. This was personal. Leading up to the draft, the energy was high. The All-Star Game always brings excitement, but this year's event had even more eyes on it. Caitlin Clark was chosen as one of the team captains along with Nafisa Collier. The two were given the task of picking their teams from a group of the league's best players. These included top names like A'ja Wilson, Breanna Stewart, Paige Buehrs, Angel Ree, and many others. Everything started off normally. The two captains selected their teammates one by one. The draft was broadcast live on ESPN and was full of smiles, laughter, and lighthearted banter. But near the end of the draft, Caitlin Clark made her move. She looked over at Nafisa and said that she wanted to trade coaches. With a confident smile, she announced that Collier could have Cheryl Reeve. Clark, on the other hand, wanted Sandy Brondello to coach her team instead. Everyone in the studio was stunned. Fans at home were confused at first. Could players even trade coaches? It wasn't something people had seen before in the WNBA. The moment quickly became the talk of the night. Some laughed it off while others immediately connected the dots to past events involving Clark and Reeve. To understand why this trade was such a big deal, you have to go back to the summer of 2024. Caitlin Clark had just finished one of the best college basketball careers ever. She had shattered records at Iowa and was the #1 pick in the WNBA draft. Her popularity was skyrocketing. People expected her to be a lock for the U.S. women's Olympic basketball team heading to Paris. But when the Olympic roster was announced, Caitlin Clark's name was missing. Cheryl Reeve, who was coaching the national team, had chosen to leave Clark off the list. This caused a massive debate in the sports world. Many fans were angry. Some said it was a smart decision based on experience and team chemistry. Others argued that leaving out such a talented and high-profile player was a mistake. Clark didn't say much about the decision. She remained professional, congratulating the women who made the team. But the tension between her and Reeve didn't go unnoticed. So, when Caitlin Clark had a chance to choose a coach for the All-Star Game, people believed that her decision to trade away Reeve had deeper meaning. The coach Caitlin Clark brought in was Sandy Brondello, a veteran coach with an impressive resume. Brondello had led the New York Liberty to a WNBA championship and was well respected by players across the league. She also had international coaching experience and a calm, focused style of leadership. Clark's decision to bring in Brondello was praised by many. Some said it showed that Clark was thinking about more than just fun. She wanted the best coach for her team. Others believed the move was a clever and classy way to express her feelings about the Olympic snub without saying a word. By choosing Brondello, Clark aligned herself with a coach who had no public history of conflict with her. Brondello seemed happy to step in. She took the trade in stride and expressed excitement about coaching such a talented group of players. It wasn't clear whether she had any idea the switch would happen, but she didn't hesitate to accept the challenge. For her, it was just another chance to coach the game at its highest level. As for Cheryl Reeve, the swap brought her back to a familiar face in Nafisa Collier. Reeve is Collier's head coach in Minnesota, so there was already a strong connection between them. The trade didn't seem to bother Reeve much. She smiled and continued with the event, keeping things professional, but fans couldn't ignore the deeper story behind what had just happened. Reeve is one of the most successful coaches in WNBA history. She has won 4 championships and is known for her tough, focused coaching style. Her decision to leave Clark off the Olympic team may have been based on basketball reasons, but the way she handled the media afterward rubbed some people the wrong way. The All-Star trade only brought more attention to the topic. What made the coach trade even more important was what it said about the WNBA's new era. Caitlin Clark is not just a player. She's a symbol of the future of the league. Her popularity has brought in new fans, sold out arenas, and boosted TV ratings. With that kind of spotlight, players like Clark are starting to have more influence than ever before. The All-Star Game is supposed to be fun, But Clark used the moment to show that players can have a voice. She didn't yell or complain about being left off the Olympic team. She didn't attack Cheryl Reeve. Instead, she made a move during a fun event that sent a strong message. She picked the coach she wanted. That simple act showed confidence, leadership, and control. For years, WNBA players have talked about having more say in how the league is run. This moment was a perfect example of that shift. Clark reminded everyone that this is a player-first league. Now, even in a lighthearted setting, the stars of the game are making decisions and shaping the story. After the coach trade, social media exploded. Fans debated whether the move was petty or brilliant. Some said it was a harmless joke between two friends. Others saw it as a powerful statement about respect and second chances. News outlets picked up the story immediately. Headlines described the trade as a bold move that showed just how much Clark has changed the game in such a short time. Even though Clark didn't say much about her decision, the message was clear. She wanted to move forward with someone who believed in her and her style of play. Whether or not she ever speaks directly about the Olympic snub again, this moment will be remembered as her way of speaking without words. Now, all eyes turn to the All-Star Game itself, scheduled to be played on July 19th in Indianapolis. Team Clark, coached by Sandy Brondello, features an exciting group of players. Aaliyah Boston, A.A. Wilson, and Sabrina Ionescu are just a few of the names who will suit up alongside Clark. On the other side, Team Kier led by Cheryl Reeve includes stars like Breanna Stewart, Nika Agwamik, and Paige Bookers. The game promises to be one of the most watched and talked about All-Star events in WNBA history. With all the drama leading up to it, fans will be eager to see how the two teams perform. Will Clark's bold coaching change pay off? Will Reeve find a way to turn the story in her favor? Only time will tell, but one thing is for sure. This All-Star Game has already made history. In the end, Caitlin Clark didn't fire anyone. She didn't attack Cheryl Reeve, but she did make a choice that reflected her journey, her frustration, and her future. In just her first year as a pro, she's shown the world that she's not afraid to make waves. She's not just a scorer or a shooter. She's a leader, and she's already changing how things work in women's basketball. The 2025 WNBA All-Star Coach trade was more than a funny moment on live TV. It was a powerful reminder that the league is evolving, players have more power, and fans are paying attention like never before. Caitlin Clark is at the center of it all, and she's just getting started. Whether you see it as smart strategy or quiet revenge, one thing is clear. Caitlin Clark isn't just changing games, she's changing the conversation around women's basketball. If you enjoyed this breakdown, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe for more real stories from the WNBA and beyond, and drop your thoughts in the comments. Was Clark making a statement or just having fun? We want to hear what you think. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.